The Los Angeles Clippers have been on a whole nother level, and I'm talking from all aspects of the game. When the Clippers walked into TD Garden, it wasn't just the pace and execution that was on full display, but they also stuck it to the Celtics defensively, forcing 11 turnovers and making Boston shoot 36% from the field and 25% from deep was a key staple to their win. But how exactly were they doing this? Well, if you watched the game, you would see the Clippers made it a point to close off the paint whenever there was an attack to the basket, which made it hard for guys to score inside, and then on the other end, they were just flowing. Even if it wasn't off the dribble drive penetration, just a couple possessions later when Terrence Mann gets switched on to Luke Kornet, you can see the Clippers sink in heavy on him just to crowd his space, making his time inside more difficult. The quickness to go swarm guys will speed up offensive possessions, so even though Tatum doesn't have to opt into this tough shot, he tries to draw the foul, which results in a miss. And yeah, the Celtics do retain possession of the ball, but Kawhi is able to get out to the three-point line to contest the Pritchard 3, and it clanks off the rim for the Clippers to go the other way. Every time Tatum would try to get into his actions, the Clippers would pack the paint, which forced him into scoring off jumpers, and when you're crowded like this, it's always going to be a tough shot to make. And with the Clippers on a mission, they get down the court in a flash to convert the bucket. It's one thing to play solid defense, but it's another thing to be all the way locked in, as on this possession versus Celtics, Harden tells Kawhi to play high on the screen as this will let him not get beat going the other way, and it also takes away an easy pass to Brown. So when JB runs off, Harden can slide over to close the gap with Plumlee momentarily, and this gives Mann enough time to rotate over to take away this easy one from Brown. Yeah, the Clippers defense can really be special at times, as they can close off the gap to the rim quickly and then contest a three-pointer, and then on the very next possession, when Brown starts to attack, you can see the entire defense collapse a little bit, and then when he commits to driving towards the right, Harden shifts all the way over. Plumlee leaves Horford on the 3 to take away this drive, and with a 41% shooter and Al Horford wide open, all things go their way as Horford misses the jumper. Just making it difficult for the opposing teams to score off the drive, James is over to slide over to bother Tatum while Kawhi gets a hand on it, so this makes JT fumble the ball and ultimately miss all the opportunities in close. And other times when Tatum would put his head down and slash, the Clippers were ready for the smoke and send all their gladiators to swarm the threat. Now, as good as their defenses looked, I can't say it's unbreakable, because if they do have a mental lapse on where to rotate, then here's where a man is left wide open to drill it home. But majority of the time when they have this game plan in action, they can sink in at just the right time when Holiday is determined to go up, and now with two defenders in his face, it makes this an extremely tough floater to convert. It's crazy because just when you think you have someone on the backside open for a layup, well, when you're dealing with Kawhi Leonard, this play gets broken up and leads to a Brandon Boston Jr. slam. Yeah, nothing gets past the defense without some resistance, and with them in sync calling out where everyone needs to be matched up, even though Drew Holiday is open on this backside, George already knows this due to the prior communication and can intercept this pass with ease. I know a lot of people don't like to analyze defense and just how effective a scheme can be, but when you see how balled in each guy is, it can show you exactly how good this team can be on the defensive side. It may not always be the most eye-catching plays, but with this high level of defense, their offensive firepower wouldn't be enough to get them over the hump. Now, am I saying that their offensive game is subpar? No, not at all. Because we all know this Clippers team operates in a flow state at all times, and even if they find themselves down, they can turn on the stove at any time to heat up. When looking at the 22 minutes Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and James Harden shared together on the court, the team puts up 54.7 points a game with 12 assists to go along with it, while connecting on 50% of their shots from the field and 41% from deep. Like, let's be real, the offense with them three on the court is special and can just frustrate the defense night in and night out. It can really look like they're out there playing games as Russ spins off the defender to beat him to the rack, and instead of just going up for the wide open lay, he drops it off to Kawhi without looking, which catches the defense off guard, and it's an easy slam for Leonard. The way these guys can manipulate the defense is ridiculous, as here Kuzma notices the smaller Tyus Jones on Leonard, so he just leaves his man to go switch, but making Jones rotate all the way out to Coffey on the three-point line is absurd, and it's a warm-up jumper that drops in. That gravity that Kawhi possesses not only will pull two defenders to him, but three will commit to him when he pushes towards the rack, and now he can dump it off to Mann on the cut for the gimme inside. Such a force Kawhi is that in one-on-one situations, he can work past the defense with ease, and on this action here, Mann directs Paul George to run out to the three-point line, but why is this? Well, this is for George to occupy his man or be a kick-out option, because when Plumlee signals towards Kawhi, it shows you that the ball is meant to go there. So once Mann throws it to Leonard, he and Plumlee clear out to the left side so Kawhi can operate going right, And since Derek White doesn't want to help off, it makes the attack much easier, and when met with contact by Jason Tatum at the rim, it doesn't even faze Kawhi as he can focus through it to lay this off the glass, and it could have been an and one. His strength is just truly too much for the defenders to deal with, as it looks like defenders just bounce off his body when they try to make contact with him. That strength is a huge component to his game, because even after being crafty with a spin move, Leonard can use that power to move Horford off of him to toss this in at the front of the rim. But hey, it doesn't just happen on those drives though, as when he's making space for himself, he can all out move the defender out his way and then spin back to knock down the easy jumper. Some will say Kawhi doesn't have a bag, but hey, he can show you a glimpse of it with these shimmies that lead right into a midi. This season, Kawhi is also efficient from the 3-point line, shooting a hot 45%, so out these size-up stepbacks, the defense may get a good contest, but it's 3 points on the board. With Harden's elite passing, he can slip this pass to the roller with a swiftness, and now with the defense being sunk in, this is where Kawhi can benefit heavily, as this look from the perimeter is wide open. This ability to make quick reads with his passing picks the defense apart so bad that when he comes off the screen, the Pistons defenders think that the pass is going back to the roller, but voila. I can truly understand why they think the pass would be going back to the screener, because Harden is always looking for his guys on the floor, and even if it seems like he's about to go up, he'll fool the defender and wrap it around them for a Plumlee bucket inside. For defenders, they need to be aware of who's around Harden and if he has the angle to find them, because when in stride to the rim, Harden can thread it between his legs to Kawhi, and when the defense turns around, it's just too late and Leonard can power right through Kuzma to get this one to fall in. The passing is such a lethal weapon for the Clippers that if opposing teams miscommunicate on the switch for even a split second, Harden can quickly zip it to Paul George in the corner, and it's a money ball. Honestly, if you ask me, this offense for the Clippers just runs smooth when they get in the flow of things, and when you have the smoothest player on your team who can knock down tough jumpers, it just takes things to a whole nother level. The Los Angeles Clippers have found their groove and are showing the NBA that they truly mean business. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like before heading out. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.